What security sources regarded as security breach occurred at the precincts of the Presidential Villa, State House, Abuja on Thursday night when the First Lady ADC, Usman Shugaba, attempted to force President Muhammadu Buhari's special assistant, Sabiu Yusuf, into self-isolation over COVID-19 fears. State House sources told this day that trouble started when Sabiu, President Buhari's nephew, returned to his residence at the precinct of the Presidential Villa just outside the Pilot's Gate after a trip to Lagos where he had gone to meet his wife who had just delivered a new baby. Citing COVID-19 protocols, sources said the First Lady Aisha Buhari and 3 of her children, Zara, Alima and Yusuf, accompanied by some of her security aides led by the ADC, on Thursday night went to the residence of Sabiu located just outside the Presidential Villa to demand that he should self-isolate for 14 days so as not to endanger the first family. The encounter was said to have degenerated into a heated argument as Sabiu insisted he was not the only aide to travel to Lagos, saying that the new Chief of Staff, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, is in Lagos every weekend till he settles in Abuja, and wondered why the double standard required his self-isolation for visiting his own wife who just delivered a new baby. Sabiu, also known as Tunde, believed to have been named after late General Tunde Idiagbon Buhari's deputy during his military regime in the 1980s, was however said to have returned home after the argument. As he got home, the First Lady, in company of her children, raided the premises, raining abuses, presidential sources who witnessed the incident said, leading to the escape of Sabiu after gunshots were fired by the First Lady's ADC in an attempt to apprehend the president's aide, who had to breach walls to run for his life and escape to the nearby residence of President Buhari's cousin, Mama Daura, where he spent the night. This day gathered that the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, after receiving security reports on the incident on Friday, where gunshots were fired in the precinct of the Presidential Villa, ordered the arrest of the ADC to the First Lady and all the security aides that accompanied her to Sabiu's residence. Their arrest these days land was premised on the fact that firing of gunshots, no matter the provocation in the presidency and around the president, was a major security breach. The incident was, however, brought into the open by the First Lady on Friday night when she called on IGP Adamu to release her aides from detention. In tweet from her verified Twitter handle at Aisha Buhari on Friday night, the First Lady wrote that COVID-19 is real and is still very much around in our nation, is not in doubt. Consequently, I call on all relevant government agencies to enforce the Quarantine Act signed by the President and ensure no one is found violating this law and the NCDC guidelines, especially on interstate travel without the necessary exemptions for movements of essentials. Anyone who does that should at the very least be made to undergo a 14-day mandatory isolation, no matter who the person is. No one should be above the law, and the police command will do well to remember that. Finally, I call on the IGP to release my assigned staff who are still in the custody of the police in order to avoid putting their lives in danger or exposure to COVID-19 while in their custody. She, however, did not disclose the identities of her aides detained, neither did she say when or why they were detained. Sources in the State House told this day that following the death of Malam Abba Kyari, the president's former chief of staff, who died as a result of COVID-19 complications, the First Lady had been moving to expand her influence within the State House, but believed that some of her husband's relatives, including Sabiu, were blocking her from achieving that objective. She, however, seized the opportunity provided by Sabiu's visit to Lagos to attempt to clip his wings by demanding that he should self-isolate so as not to endanger the first family. This day gathered that Sabiu was not the first presidential aide that did not self-isolate after traveling out of Abuja. Two of the president's daughters, Zara and Halima, were also said to have visited their in-laws when Halima's husband's uncle died recently and didn't self-isolate when they returned to the villa, sources further told this day. So guys, I think this is a complete story, the one we've been hearing for some time. I did a video concerning this whole thing, and now we are hearing a different thing entirely, because this other guy did not say anything. The Sabiu Yusuf did not say anything, the one that they are calling Sunday, and we didn't know that he jumped fence, because we didn't even know that there was a gunshot again. And also he's telling us now that the chief of staff too, they are always going out here and there, and these are the people who are always talking about interstate. If this Sabiu could have gone to Lagos, how did he go to Lagos when there is interstate lockdown? You see what we are saying is, even they're even talking about the chief of staff, the new chief of staff, Gambari, like what the Yusuf said, that the man has been going back and forth. He has not even resumed fully. So, and a lot of people like that in the Asu Villa, they've been going, nobody's going on self-isolation. Nobody's being told to go on self-isolation. But why is it that it's the only one that they want to ask to go on self-isolation? And from the sources, or from what we are even seeing gathering, the president's children, so they've been moving from places to places, and they came back. Nobody went to self-isolation. And that is why this guy said, no, it will not happen. You see the way these people are doing. And that's what we are talking about. Even the so-called Boss Mustafa, all of them, they've been flouting all this order right from beginning. But they will be telling you, the masses, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Then why would all this Amajiri, why would they not have that same boldness? All these Hausa youth that are leaving their own state, going to another state, even at the peak of this interstate lockdown, they are still doing that. And now they have infiltrated everywhere. They are all over the place. Whether they call them Amajiri, whether they call them people coming from outside the country, whether Esme or whatever, there's nothing like isolation or interstate lockdown. And people have been saying they should just forget about this interstate. They should let them open, because people are moving. It is just on record, on paper, that there is interstate lockdown, but in reality, nothing of such. You see the whatever they are doing in that thing. The Buhari is not in charge of anything. That is just the fact. Buhari is not in charge of anything. Whether there's something wrong somewhere, maybe whether it's not there, but I think there's not. It's not really. He cannot even articulate himself very well. Either of all of those things and all the rumors we've been hearing every now and then. How can this kind of a thing be happens? This man cannot handle this thing. They will be telling you, oh, forget it. It is their family affair. Which family affairs? Which family affairs? In as much they are in the public eye, definitely people will talk about them. After all, it was the same woman that came to social media and start asking the IGP to release a staff. So it's just a bunch of embarrassment they are bringing to this nation. Apart from the embarrassment, it shows that nothing is even going on. How will Nigeria move forward with this kind of a thing? The little thing, even the president's home, he cannot even take care of his house. This didn't just start now. We could remember there was a video that went viral when they were throwing each other, so whatever, they were shouting and all of that. People were like, oh, leave them, it is their family affairs. If that kind of man cannot even handle his family, how do you expect him to handle a country as big as Nigeria? You see what we are facing in this country. It's just unfortunate. And some people still keep quiet. They will tell you everything is okay, all is right, all is well. So these people have been going about their business, even interstate, but lock down all other Nigerians from traveling in the name of interstate lockdown. Nigeria is just an example of animal kingdom, where some animals are more equal than the other. The law in Nigeria is a respecter of the Aso Rock. People are violating the lockdown rules in the Aso Rock with impunity and under the watchful eyes of the president himself, and he is not doing anything about it. It is not fair. That is what we are saying. Interstate lockdown. Forget it. They're just deceiving Nigerians. They are deceiving Nigeria. How will things go on? How will things go smoothly in this country? When you put law down, it is when the leadership begin to do the right thing. By default, the followership they will follow suit. A situation by you say do this thing and you are doing something different, you expect people to cooperate, but you want to compare people by using force, by using security people to intimidate them when they see exactly what you are doing. It's unfortunate. Well, only a fool will believe that Buhari is still alive. Nnamdi Kanu have said it all, that Buhari and Osinbajo Burutai is no more, but it's only ignorance and jealousy is disturbing Nigerians. Okay, something is happening that the people do not know about. This is not the face of Nigeria that I know. Why is APC deceiving the masses? When Yaradua died, the world knew and mourned his death. What is APC up to? Nigerians, beware. Okay. Confuse people on the corridor of power. A house divided against itself will not stand. I forget. Okay, will not stand. Childish family. Where are people that called Goodluck Jonathan kindergarten? Professor Wole Soyinka that insults Mama Peace. Where are you? Where is Buhari? When cat is not in the house, the rat takes control. Buhari we claim as usual that he wasn't aware. We have no precedents. Nigeria, which way? So guys, let us hear your opinion. Deeper things, begin to, we got to know a lot of deeper things that we didn't even know before now. A lot of things are being revealed. You can see the way they've been flouting this interstate, whatever. Impunity of the highest order is just reigning in that Aso Rock, and they expect the country to move forward, and they expect the citizens to do the right thing. Do you know that even in the north, they didn't observe this lockdown of 18? They riot, they protested, but when it came to Lagos and Ogun State, oh my goodness, they deployed all the whatever in that state. You see what is happening? Well, let's hear your comments in the comment section.